Baby, it's cold outside, and that's why we are starting this week's deer video inside, and we are looking through a little playroom for the kids window. And as we look through there, we see bucks eating rye. 3 of them right there. 3 beautiful big rack bucks. And they're working on that ryegrass. And you know, if these guys would do all that during the summertime, I might not have to mow nearly as much. Well, to be honest with you, I haven't been mowing that much anyway since Chris got sick. Apache's pretty much been doing all that. I feel so bad about not helping Apache as much as I used to take care of the ranch. I still do quite a bit, but man, I've put a lot of hours in a tractor, a lot of hours in on an X-Mark and a John Deere riding lawnmower. We mow acres is what we mow here every single week during the summertime. These deer right here are just about in the house. You can see the ropes there on the front deck. These 3 big bucks right here, definitely, they're mowing. They're not just eating, they're mowing. They're not bothering at all about even looking up. And I'm talking pretty loudly too. They're not looking. Oh, just about had a little racking of the horns there. That one deer said, I don't want to rack, I want to eat. I don't want to mess around with you, little boy. Aren't those some pretty 10-point deer right there? Those are just absolutely gorgeous. Those are the second horns on both of those deer. So they've got the potential to be really, really something special as time goes by. And of course, same situation over there. That's another nice big deer over there. So I'm telling you, it is a great way to start another week here at the Eagle. Let's have fun. It's cold, cold, cold. Are they all here? Are they all here? Well, not quite, but there is 5 up here feeding in the prayer circle. But they're not all here because if you look right over there past the feeder, you will see, I think TC over there. Oh, no, TC's in the prayer circle. That looks like Fat Boy. Now, somebody suggested that we name the other Fat Boy. I sort of called him Fat Boy 2 the other day, that he would give him a name. The problem is we have a hard time telling him and Fat Boy apart, because the only difference really is Fat Boy's a little bit fatter, maybe not. And he's a 5x4 instead of a 4x4 like Fat Boy. Somebody suggested calling him Prancer because he prances when he walks. He doesn't really walk, he prances. He's like a strutter, almost like a turkey. He struts, but he prances. So a couple of those deer there are does, I believe, at least one of them. But that's not all of them.
It's right here in the middle of the day. I'm talking in the middle of the day. And look at here at all the deer I got around here. And there's one laying down right there. He's going to get up. And here's a couple of those down there. They hear me talking. I don't know who all's here. I don't see Prancer or Fat Boy, but I see several other bucks here. So we can get a look at a little bit of antlers right here real quickly before we go look at some. These are all the deer that's running free. You should be able to take a nice look at them. Yeah, look at those guys out there. I'm not really pointing that camera anywhere right now, just throwing a little food out. There you go, big TC. Big TC. Big TC. You're looking great there, guy. You're looking great. You're looking great there, big boy. All right, let me zoom in on some antlers, get some real nice, good close-up looks here. Good close-up looks if I can. Yeah, that's what we want to look at up close. That's probably one of TC's boys there. He only got 3 on one side, 5 beautiful horns on the right side. We'll see what happens as it passes on, though. You know, I keep remembering what Snoopy turned into Gumball. We didn't even know it was the same deer. He was so magnificent. But, and where did, TC's being a little nervous out there. There's Mr. TC. Beautiful, beautiful look at him. And he's got that messed up left side. That's the only thing wrong with him. It's always one off from what the other one is. So he's an Oklahoma buck. And he's a big Oklahoma buck, but he's just not quite as uniform as we want. We was hoping for a nice big 5x5s and 6x6s out of him. And Forrest did come out with him, out from him. Forrest is his son, so, and he's come out even on both sides. We'll see what happens as he gets older. TC's 6 years old. But I want you to look also right here. They're wild, but those are 2 does that were here within 10 foot of me. They'll turn around and point the camera at them. And then they got a little bit nervous. TC says, I'm going to run everybody away from the food. Where are you, big boy? Looky there. Christmas antlers up close. Buddy, you could pull the sleigh all by yourself. TC and Santa Claus coming to a chimney near you. Golly, as it gets colder, it seems like the deer just depend more and more on eating the rye here in the yard and eating the South Fresh out of the Texas Hunter feeder. You can see Fat Boy over there, the other side of the trash cans. I think that's Fat Boy. Fat Boy's a prancer also. That would be a good name for Fat Boy, but I kind of like Fat Boy. That's what I called him first time I saw him. And that might be Prancer up front and Fat Boy behind right there. Fat Boy's got a lot of white around his eyes. Both of those deer are the 2, I believe. The only difference in the 2 is one of them is a 9-point, which I think is that guy right there. I think he might be a little bit narrower. Both look like they got a lot of white around their eyes. I think those deer are brothers. Sure as the world. Yeah. And I think the back deer is maybe a year younger, so that would not make them brothers. Well, they could be brothers, I guess. And there goes the feeder on feed. It doesn't bother them much. In fact, it kind of excites them and it calls them from distances around. Look at that guy right there, will you? On TC. He is really something. That is Fat Boy. You got to get up close before you can tell them. Got to look at those horns and see that they're only 4 on one side, 4 on the other. And on down there. And he's a little bit wilder than Fat Boy. Is Prancer. Where'd he go? Oh, right there. If he will turn sideways, you'll see that he's a 5x4. Well, he's got a lot of white around him. By golly. I swear he's only 6 points also. Well, we may have a third deer because I know that we have one. We may have another deer that's just like those 2. And I was thinking that other one, I was really believing that other deer did not have nearly as much white around his eyes. But I swear that's just an 8-point. And there's the other 8-point right there. And that's all he is. He is an 8. This guy down here, he won't come up here and eat as long as I'm standing here this close. I'm telling you, any way you cut it, he is a perfect 8. He is not a 5x4. And he's got all the white around his eyes, just like Fat Boy. But I think he is a year younger.
like he might be that boy's son. That's a possibility. And so we have a third deer here. We have two that are exactly the same, basically. And then we have one that's a 5x4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bucks right here. 6 bucks, a couple of girls. That's beautiful right there. The wind has died down, still cold. The chill temperature's gone away.